Get an early look at Denver's budget numbers and hear how you can be involved in finding a new tenant for the Globeville Rec Center. Here's what your Denver City Council members were talking about this week and what it means for you. The first city budget numbers of the year are in. After working to close a big budget gap last year, Denver ended 2025 with $18 million more than expected in the general fund due to cost cutting across all agencies last year. This meant a bigger bump in the city's reserve funds than had been planned. So far in 2026, sales tax has been flat, and the city gets most of its money from sales taxes, but spending habits for Denver households are changing. People are purchasing more services compared to goods that can be taxed. Budgets are often tighter, too, with increases in housing, food, and gas costs.
And so, of course, that is crimping consumers' ability to go out and buy things that bring in sales tax revenues. After the difficult decisions in last year's budget, I believe we are in a better place than we were a year ago. However, we do not anticipate having the financial capacity to add back or restore the reductions that were made in last year's budget.
Money earned in 2026 affects the budget for 2027. It's still too early to predict how the local and national economy will grow, but city officials are keeping an eye on job numbers, sales taxes, and growing costs. Has the economy been affecting your day-to-day? Let us know in the comments. City Council voted down a plan for the Denver Dream Center to rent space in the former Globeville Rec Center. This means the space at the rec center will remain vacant for the time being. Despite the setback, the process to fill the space will start over. A new request for proposal will be issued as the one that was used in the process was from 2017. And council members want to see more involvement from Globeville residents about who should take over this space.
My decision today is absolutely not a knock on the Dream Center. You do great work. My community recognizes you. I think it is about making sure that there's a guidance plan for Globeville residents, that they know what to expect, not just with this decision, but with the future decisions.
4 months of no activity, 4 months of really that heart not being there, and then a possibility of 6 more, I think is intolerable. It must be done right. Looking at John right now, it must be done right. But I'm a yes.
If you live in Globeville and want to have your voice heard, make sure to keep an eye out for community meetings. We'll let you know when this gets back to committee later in the year. Housing costs are a concern across the city, but there's an updated plan to preserve more affordable housing in Denver. The Housing Preservation Ordinance gives grants and renovation loans to existing affordable housing units in exchange for a 60-year affordability guarantee, making sure future generations have access. The city could also have the chance to put the first offer on units that are selling or match a third-party bid, again helping to keep these units affordable. The changes will give the city more time to react if units are being sold or if the owner is opting out of affordability restrictions.
If they're planning on selling, if they are planning on selling, what's their intention for it? Are they letting the expiration, the affordability restrictions burn off? Are they planning on re-syndicating? Do they need our help if they're looking for a seller? Things like that. It gives us a year heads up to start having conversations with the developer around best ways to keep the property affordable for the long term.
There would also be a 99-year affordability guarantee on all city-subsidized properties. Thanks for joining us on The Gavel. Check back every Friday for more information about what's happening in Denver. If you want to get engaged in what's happening, City Council meets every Monday at 3:30 and committees meet Tuesday and Wednesday. Sign up for the newsletter and stay up to date. Council and committees meet at the City and County Building. You can also watch live on Zoom on Denver TV or log on to denvertv.com or find the app in your app store. And don't forget to follow us on our socials for the latest on what's happening in your city.